Today and every day, we honor the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. I am always appreciative whenever someone takes the time to send me an AOK. And I know that this is not something that people have to do, but I know that it is pretty commonplace. And whenever an AOK or an act of kindness shows up at the house, I experience some type of emotion that I attempt to capture on camera to essentially thank the person that sent me the AOK. And there have been a series of AOKs that have shown up as of late, all of which have basically been opened up. And I can tell you for a fact that I have experienced like the full gamut of emotional responses to these AOKs. And I'm going to do my best to not show you that range because some of them require me to make some really ugly faces. So we are going to avoid that. But I am going to show you what it is that is shown up. Stay tuned for the video. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. As you heard in that brief intro, a couple of AOKs have shown up, and I want to take the time to show you what has been sent over to me. And this first one, honestly, just was unexpected. It was unexpected. It showed up in a relatively large box and I didn't know what to make of the box nor the weight of it. That kind of threw me off between the size and the weight. But the first thing that caught my attention with this AOK was how it was wrapped. It was wrapped in a brown bag, but what was on the cover is this right here, or I should say brown paper. But what was on the cover was, of course, my sticker, my P.O. box, and then a really cool sticker featuring a Wolverine, one of my favorites, and also I think one of this person's favorites. At least Wolverine belongs to his favorite team, so let's put it that way. But as I unboxed the thing, I found two things on the inside. One of them was a backing board with a note and the other was a pink card. So I'm not going to read all of this because it'll give away what I'm about to show you a little too soon. But it says here, now that you're in North Carolina, you will need this to take the chill off. I'm kind of keeping it a little edited here. He said, I may have gotten a little carried away with the theme, but you know. Thanks for everything. And it came from my man, Lee. Shout out to Lee for hooking me up. And there is a card that I will not read right away because I want to show you this. He sent me a handmade blanket from his wife. And well, technically it's a quilt, but it has all of his kind of contact information here, you know, who it's from. So Lee, his Instagram, quilted by his wife, and that's her handle, I think, on Instagram, 2021. And then, of course, it is sent to me. So this is amazing. And what's crazy is the very next day after this thing arrived, it was cold at night and I could have pulled this thing out and used it, but I opted not to because I wanted to save it. I wanted to save it for the reveal in this video, but this thing is nice. This is really, really well done. Really nice quilt. I honestly cannot wait to sit downstairs watching TV with the kids with this. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that it does not disappear because you know how kids can be. They will take your stuff and it will disappear on you. But shout out to Lee for this and his wife. And let me get to the note here that she enclosed on the inside. Let's see, get this open. And it says, hi, Reggie, this might come in handy for the East Coast winters. You can hang on to the hanger sleeve as an option, but the best use is for snuggling on the couch with your kids. And then she gives me some guidance for how to like take care of it if I need to like wash it and that kind of stuff. And this comes from Lee Atkins, Better Half. And she gives her handle here, which I will try to put in the description of this video in case you guys want to reach out to Lee Ann. So again, shout out to Lee Ann and Lee for hooking me up. This thing is really, really awesome. So set that to the side. So the next thing that I want to talk about is this wonderful letter that I actually received from Gary. I received this from Gary, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I might. Maybe I will. So it says, hi, Reggie. And he gives me a list, basically a bulleted list of the contents of the package that he sent. And he says, 4 of the challenge coins represent my units, past and present. And 1 was presented to me by my chief for excellence, now presented to Regie Collects for excellence. I chose to send you that coin because in the last few years I have been watching your channel. You have been nothing but the consummate professional. With that in mind, it is easy for me to apply the Air Force core values to you and your channel. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but some of the core values, the 3 of them that he lists here, are integrity first. And he says you conduct yourself with the utmost integrity when dealing with the comic book community. The second is service before self, and it says, as much content as you consistently put out, that cannot be easy on the family. And then the last core value is excellence in all we do. And he says, you continually strive to improve in self and in service to the comic book community. And again, there's a lot more detail that he provides with each one. And I can tell you that this letter got to me. It really did, because I think, as many of you all know, I have a tremendous amount of respect for the men and women that serve in the military. Tremendous amount of respect. There are a lot of military people, past and current, that follow the channel, that are a part of the channel, and many of which I literally talk to every day. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for those people. But just, there is something about military service that just gets to my core. And for someone to send me such a wonderful note highlighting how I exemplify those values that I actually hold dear and appreciate with those people, that was humbling. It was a very humbling letter that spoke to me. It really did. So I guess I can show some of these. Maybe I won't show them in detail just because I don't know if I can, but this is the excellence coin that was sent to me. And it was presented by the first sergeant for excellence. And sometimes there's some rules around some of this stuff and I didn't check, so I'm not going to show a lot of this. But there's a couple of other challenge coins here. And you guys probably know, if you've been around the channel for a while, I absolutely love these challenge coins. I think that they are amazing, and I have a lot of them from previous AOKs that have been sent to me. So this one is massive. This one is a pretty nice size coin right there. And at some point, I'm probably going to get a display to put these in. The challenge is I don't have a whole lot of surfaces here in the room. It's mostly just a couple of tables with things on them and then a lot of boxes. So I don't technically have a lot of surface area, but maybe when I build my new garage. This one right here, I'm going to show this one. This one is amazing. Amazing. This is a Thunderbird challenge coin. This thing is big, it is detailed, and it is heavy. This thing is really, really nice. I mean, this is probably one of the nicer challenge coins I have ever seen. It is just, it's amazing. And it is, I mean, that's big. You can see how, I mean, I have decent sized hands, but that thing is pretty big. So that's, this one was really cool. And you can probably understand like the range of emotions already between the first 2 AOKs. There's a lot of emotion going on, a lot of emotion. So this next one came in, and as soon as I pulled it out of the bin at the P.O. box, I knew exactly what this one was. And I knew what it was because I've seen these go out to other members of the comic book community. So I kind of knew what this was. But when I opened it up, even though I knew what it was, it still was, it's awesome. There's no way around it. It is honestly awesome. And it makes me jealous of the fact that I don't have any of these talents. But this one right here comes technically from 2 people, like the first one. This one comes from Master Blaster and Madam Blaster. And it says, Regie, I hope you like this AOK. I often stay up late and sketch if bored. You are a great person and personality. Hope all is well, Madam Blaster. And then down at the bottom on this backing board, it says, it's been a fantastic 2 years in the gang. Thanks for being you and keeping me smiling. And this is from, again, Master Blaster and Madam Blaster. And there's a note on they have a couple of handwritten things here, like here and here, that basically says, check the back of the AOK. Because they know me. They know that I'll open open this thing up and only show the front side and will not look at the back, at least on camera right away. Open this thing up, man, and this is awesome. I had a similar look on my face. This thing is awesome. This is awesome. It is, I think that actually is me. I am so impressed. I mean, she even got the ears. She even got the ears that slightly stick out. They used to be worse before I grew into them. But this, man, this is awesome. This is really, really cool. I absolutely love this sketch. He also included up here on this corner, before I forget, this is one of the punch cards. This is one of the punch cards that people get when they appear on the channel. And this was actually Master Blaster's idea. One of the great things, again, military guy, people surround the channel, want to contribute, and they run with these really wonderful ideas. So he came up with these punch cards, and every time you appear on the show, you punch out one of the things. I had never held one before, but this is definitely cool. So I'm gonna hang on to that, put it in my folder, my red folder, where I collect all of these letters. I keep all of that stuff anytime someone sends me something, because, you know, 10 years, 20 years from now, I'll be looking back on a lot of that stuff, kind of reminiscing and remembering fondly. So on the back side of this thing, what it says, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector. And then there's a bunch of Regie quotes. It says robust, Gibbon gang, stand up, Regie collects, you're a nut, and then dope comic. And then I'm holding, what am I holding? Amazing Spider-Man, what is that? Amazing Spider-Man 110 right there. Amazing Fantasy right there. Fantastic Four issue number 1. I don't know what comic that is. I don't know which one that is. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm trying to make it out from the light sketching, and then just it looks like an open comic book. This thing is awesome. This really is awesome. And again, just a full range of emotion in just these 3 AOKs that have been sent over to me. Before we wrap up, I want to show one additional thing. So I couldn't wrap this video up without at least showing a couple of comics, and I wanted to make sure that I had a comic that to some degree or another fit the theme, given that today is Veterans Day, and we are specifically going to look at a couple of comics from Primordial, specifically Primordial issue number 1. And this is a book that I read a few weeks ago. Thoroughly enjoyed it, made sure that I picked up a couple of copies to basically indicate that I do enjoy this title. So this is title number 1. You can see in the back side the American flag and the space program back there, a couple of monkeys and some additional NASA related accoutrements in the front. Picked up 2 copies of the A cover. Here is, what is this one? This one is the F cover, the Virgin variant of the other right there. Definitely a cool comic and a cool cover. Picked up the black and white version of the one that I just saw. This is actually the G cover, and I thought that was a cool cover. It looks awesome in black and white. And then the very last one that I picked up here is cover H, and this one basically gives us a few shots, I think that is of the moon. So I thought that was a pretty cool one. If you know anything about like the space race and NASA and that kind of stuff, this is a core type of photo for something like that. So there you have it. That is essentially my short haul of comics, and then also of really awesome AOKs. And I want to give a huge shout out to each and every person that sent me an AOK. I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. With that said, we are going to wrap this up. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.